we start with Syrine so that we we keep a bit of mystery for a while. So Syrine, can you tell me so how the idea of creating nextProtein is and what is nextProtein's mission and impact on the ocean? I know it has a lot of positive impact, but if you could at least touch on the impact on the ocean.
Thank you. First of all, I just want to say that I'm humbled to be here, slightly nervous, but very humbled. So as Christian mentioned, I'm the co-founder of nextProtein, which was created in 2015. In a past life, I worked on food security and animal health issues with the Food and Agriculture Organization of the UN. And at some point, I just wanted to take control of the positive impact that I had on the planet, so nextProtein was created. nextProtein's mandate is to produce insect-based protein and oil for animal feed in a quest to promote sustainable agriculture and tackle resource scarcity with close to no carbon footprint. Today, insects are actually the only viable and sustainable solution alternative to fish meal, thanks to their nutritional properties. Many scientific papers and all of our tests and trials have shown that substitution of fish meal with insect meal actually produces much healthier animals, so fish. I mean, after all, we are providing them with a natural source of food that they naturally eat in nature. To give you a bit of a global overview, today approximately 1 out of 2 fish that end up in your plates comes from aquaculture. And in 2018, the global aquaculture feed market was of 40 million tons, of which 6 million tons is fish meal. And this market actually has a growth rate of 8% per year. So that means that by 2030, we're going to need an additional 6 million tons. That's twice as much. And we all know that we have very strained resources in our oceans. For those a bit less familiar with what fish meal is, it's basically a small fish caught in the wild, basically sardines and anchovies that travel all the way from Chile and Peru. And those are what is used as a traditional source of protein in fish feed pellets, and they can represent up to 50% of that product. nextProtein doesn't only contribute to providing an alternative protein source that is sustainable and it also strongly contributes to a circular economy. Some of you may know that 1/3 of global food production ends up in landfills. Our insects are actually fed with that food waste, the EU authorized food waste, mainly fruits and vegetables. And through our technology, we are able to take those nutrients that are wasted and reintroduce them into the food chain. Today, some may know that some of the solutions for food waste are biogas to produce energy or composting for soil enrichment. So nextProtein actually covers the entire supply chain from the rearing to the transformation to have 3 products. Are the insect protein, which is a protein powder of 55 to 60% protein content used for aquaculture. Next oil, which is a fatty acid made of mostly natural lauric acid, which has significant antimicrobial properties. And then because in our process we don't waste anything, our 3rd product is NextGrow, which is a fertilizer. From its creation, nextProtein really had the ambition to create a technology that would offer an alternative source of protein that is both price competitive, which is very important, and more sustainable, also very important, in order to have the largest impact possible. And you know, as a co-founder, It's been a long journey, a tough journey, doing something that is innovative. It's been a long 6 years full of challenges, but I'm very proud to say many milestones. Today we have a production facility of 3,000 square meters in Tunisia, and we're actually finalizing our Series A round currently. So if anyone's interested, thank you.
That's amazing. So now, you started journey. Yes, please, please. So Syrine started the journey with her founder 6 years ago, and now you're finally scaling and deploying the solution. That's amazing. That's what we want to do. So, we want to hear from another solution that I understand it's also about to scale. So, and that's the amazing thing. We're not about talking about theoretical solutions that will come in the future. They're ready now. So if you can tell us about the mission of Scatri, that would be amazing. Yeah.
Well, Scatri is actually dealing with the other half of the fish.
Okay.
You know, the wild stuff.
So we've got all,
okay, yes.
all covered
between
here.
the two of us, you have the world.
No, you don't need to innovate anymore. It's all done.
So you don't need to invest in any other thing. Okay. Just to be a little bit serious, there are 2.2 million professional fishing vessels in the world. 2.2 million professional fishing vessels in the world that lose every year between 5% and 25% of their fishing equipment. Ecologically speaking, they are building up year after year what's called the ghost fishing. A net that's lost in the bottom of the ocean is going to keep killing fish for 50 years. So it means that when a fisherman loses his equipment, he's losing money, of course. But his net is going to kill even more fish that fisherman is going to fish forever with this net. So you would ask, why? Why is that so? How fishermen can lose their fishing nets and their cages? 80% of the fishing boats in the world are nets and fishing cages. The explanation is very simple. They all lose their equipment for about the same reason. They lose the buoy that is floating at the surface of the ocean. And why do they lose this buoy? Because of ships, mainly, but also, and more dramatically, because of whales. Whales don't know how to, pass the rear shift, so they don't know how to swim back. And when a whale catches the line that comes from the surface of any net or whatever, she takes the whole thing away, and after a few hours or a few days, she drowns. So what is Scatri in the end? Scatri is an answer, is a technological patented answer to mainly for the fishermen, and that's why it's a market and a good business, because fishermen have an economic interest into buying this equipment. What does this buoy little thing here does? It stays under the water as long as the fishing signal at the surface is still there. This is useless. But if the buoy at the surface disappears, is taken away by a whale or by a ship, then this is going to save everybody. Saving everybody means that when this is starting to work, it's going to say, hey, a whale just took away the line. So the Coast Guards can go and save the whale. We are talking about saving Willy, well, another version. And the other thing is that when this buoy goes to the surface, then the fisherman no longer ever loses his equipment. The ratio, the price of this buoy is between 200 euros and 600 euros, depending on the electronics that are embedded. The price of a net is between $3,000 and $60,000. So the return on investment is between a few days and a few weeks. So this is why our business is a very good business, because as a business it is profitable, but it's all the more a good business because it is reducing the pollution of the oceans by plastic, and it is saving a lot of fish that otherwise will never be able to reproduce, will not be available until they are caught by good fishermen with sustainable methods. So we are happy to eat the fish. So this is Scatri. Thank you.
Amazing. Yes. So Scatri helps solve the issue of ghost fishing.
Yes.
nextProtein helps, amongst others, solving the issue of unsustainable feed for aquaculture, and therefore and so we see. I think what strikes me in what both of you is doing is that we're talking about startups, small companies that are creating those amazing solutions that solve big global problems. And to me, it just sounds like we need so many of these. I mean, we would want to see, many other nextProteins and Scatri, and would solve this problem, that we have globally. And so, I'd like to hear from you. I mean, what do you see as the role, of innovation and entrepreneurs in solving, our global challenges, and mainly the ones of our ocean? If you can spend a couple minutes on that, yes, please. Just.
I think, obviously, I think innovation is the key. We know that the way that things have been done traditionally are not sustainable. We have a responsibility now to change the system and to disrupt the system. We don't have hundreds of years to find a solution. We have maybe 30, 50 years ahead of us to really develop innovative ideas that will impact the world. The issue there is that when you say innovation, we mean something that's new, that perhaps has never been done. And with anything that's new and that's never been done, there's a lot of work that goes into it prior to actually, being able to put it on the market. And I think, encouraging these kind of initiatives and funding these kind of initiatives at early stages is vital. Because we all have this responsibility today to change the way things are done. So we can't do it alone. It's always about a team effort. And when you're trying to create an industry that is innovative, it's very capital intensive. You need a lot of money, and that's not always easy to find. But at the end of the day, if we don't encourage these kind of entrepreneurs like myself and and Scatri, then we won't change the way things are done.
Okay, so we need the entrepreneurs. That's a key to an innovation. That's a key to create the change we want. We need also other parts of society to support us entrepreneurs. And thanks for this message. Yeah. André?
We're talking about fish, but my best next business partner is Facebook.
Okay, great.
Why? Well, they don't know yet, but I do.
Oh, okay. So
don't tell them. Okay. Why? Today, with technology, this kind of thing, this little green thing that's on the top can speak with satellites. Why do fishing need satellites? Well, we are in the age of, and it's already starting in Canada and the US, when people go to the fish market and they say, hey, I want to buy this cod. Can you guarantee that this cod was caught using sustainable fishing methods? Answer,
That's the label that in the Philippines was talking about.
Yes,
not for shipping,
exactly,
but for fish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then, with this solution, we can guarantee we can guarantee that every single vessel that has been using this system has been using sustainable fishing methods. We can guarantee it because we can monitor every boat that has gone, every buoy that has gone down, gone up. When the buoy is up, it connects to the satellite. So even before the fishing vessel is back to the harbor, we can deliver a certificate of sustainable methods fishing, you know. So we are talking here about providing to the whole world a way to be sure that when you buy some wild fish, you will be, your conscience will be okay. And that's important today, all right?
Yeah.
But in order to make this happen, Facebook is our best friend, because this is how the word of, you know, there's a solution. I'm not going to spend millions in advertising, but the people who are aware of the solution that we have, they will do the job for us. And they've already started. You know, it's enough to have to broadcast the terrible story of that whale that was killed. We have plenty of photos. It was useless until now to broadcast that kind of thing. We were just making the people cry. No, now there is a solution. Stop this, you can. Okay, stop this is not enough. Stop this because you can. That's something new. So this is how I believe that innovation is going to keep us doing better. Thank you.
No, amazing. So it's, you know, this, I think global awareness of ocean changes has really grown exponentially. And now what we need is concrete solutions. And entrepreneurs like you are doing the hard work to, you know, start with the idea and bring it to the point where those solutions can scale. And so we can take action as consumers as well. And so we really thank you for that. Thank you very much, Syrine and André.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.